What's happening? This is David Banner, the God Box. You tuned in, watching, or logged into Culture, True Magazine.
Do you think that music can somehow contribute to the situation going on with cops in America and minorities? Like somehow there can be an influence music-wise that can change that?
Hell yeah. You know, think about what NWA did with Fuck the Police.
Yeah.
Cops had been killing us and kicking our ass. That's the thing that I tell people, man, when people talk about it's a recession and they talk about Trump, I be like, man, ain't shit changed. They been kicking our ass.
Exactly.
You know, think about it, man. Think about the last person that you heard that got killed who was innocent by a cop, right?
Yeah.
Tell me what's different in that story in Emmett Till.
The camera, the access to cameras.
That's it, bro. You got it.
That's it. Yeah.
Bro, you got it. That's it.
The popularity of cameras and the way that media spreads, like we have a little bit more control over how the media gets out now, and you know how we share things versus just waiting on the news. So it's a lot.
But the sad thing is cops are still getting convicted.
Yeah.
At a very similar rate.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the justice system was ready for camera phones and that whole thing, like, you know, becoming so popular and really being so effective in capturing these moments. And, you know, because we see these things on camera and then we're like, how does he not get convicted? How does this happen? And then, you know, over and over again, we see where it goes.
Which is going to drive people to doing something. Now, whatever that doing something is, you know, that's up to the individual. But, you know, I'm doing some research now, and the thing is, and I'll show you how racist America actually is. If people just start killing dogs at an alarming rate, what do you think the American justice system is going to do?
They're going to make laws more harsh on dog killing?
Bro, you are.
That's
bro,
exactly
you so
what
on point.
That's exactly.
So why haven't they did that when it comes to the life of a black male?
Yeah.
Or a Latino male? You feel what I'm saying?
I feel you.
So watch this. If racism in America was considered as terrorism, wouldn't that affect, you know, when people decide to do racist things?
Oh yeah, the judges, the sentencing, what people think about the case, like media wise, you know, as soon as you throw that word out there, terrorist, it's powerful. It scares people. So, and that's exactly what it is.
It's their children. It's their children, their uncle, their fathers, their cousins, their sisters, their mothers, their wives that are doing this.
Yeah.
America really don't give a fuck. And you just answered the question without me saying something. If they're gonna do that for dogs, then what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's show you what they think about our lives.
Yeah.
So can music help affect that? Yes. But the people still have to make a choice to make a move.
Yeah.
It don't matter how much I rap.
So what do you think?
You still got to get off your ass and do something.
What do you think will make artists such as yourself and artists that are pushing a positive agenda, the artists that are more celebrated on a widespread manner? Like, you know, we hear about the Drakes and all the artists that are doing their thing and they make, you know, club songs and but nobody that's really pushing change has been out there like that, or, you know, on a you know, really on a pop level. So what do you think that's going to get? How do you think it's going to change, or we can change that?
Well, I don't necessarily know if the type of music I make should be pop. I'm talking about white folks.
Well, yeah, I know, right? Well, I don't mean pop per se, but I just mean artists that are more in a positive direction. Yeah. When are they going to be praised like the artists that are going in the negative direction?
And what I would rather me say it's more conscious than positive, because all the shit I'm saying is not necessarily positive for everybody.
Yeah, actually.
And it's meant that way. And it's meant that way.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this. All we have to do is make it successful. Make that shit jamming. See, the difference between my album and a lot of conscious music is my shit jamming.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether you understand what I'm talking about or not, Funky Black Fish is beating. And you can mix that in with any song that's popping right now.
Yeah.
Like I did the test. You can mix that in with T-Shirt from the Migos right now. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel
See,
you.
the thing is, everybody who, well, not everybody, but a lot of people who do Christian music or conscious music, they feel like you're supposed to give them a pass because they doing something right. No, that shit got to be jamming.
Yeah.
You got to be able to pump that shit on the radio. It's funny. I just did Rhythm Roulette, and that's where you go in the, you go in the record store and you pick 3 records and you make a beat out of it. I had noticed that, like, I heard a lot of people make a lot of jamming beats, but I never heard anybody that made a song that could go straight on the radio. Like, although you may not agree with my commentary or my political views or my the way that I attack things spiritually,
yeah,
but you can't deny that the music is jamming. You can't deny that this lyricism on this album is a 9 or a 10 or 11 or 12 or 15. You can't deny that these beats ain't smacking you in your motherfucking mouth.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I don't need you to say, or anybody to say, that my album is anything but jamming. But the fact that you may be able to pull something away, think about this, bro, and I'm serious about this.